Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Coding with Vignesh. As you know, we are conducting mock interview series. As part of that, today we are going to cover one DSA interview. S- So today we have Vaibhav with us. Welcome Vaibhav to this mock interview series. Yeah. So we'll start with the introduction of Vaibhav. So Vaibhav, can you talk about yourself, where you're from and your
Yeah.
studies and all? Yeah.
So my name is Vaibhav. I'm from Surat, Gujarat, and I just recently finished my final year.
Mhm.
And I was doing BTech in IT
Mhm.
in one of the NITs in
Mhm.
India. And yeah, so I've been preparing for a software SD roles, and I've been applying for multiple companies. I'm looking for the job, and yeah, I'm interested in web development and stuff. And I'm also like to solve problems, DSA problems. And all.
Cool. So I know like when you started preparing DSA, like since how long you have started
I've
preparing?
been yeah, I've been solving questions on platforms like LeetCode for last 2 years.
Hmm.
Uh, I started my DSA journey in my second year
Okay.
for the internship preparation.
Okay. So you are an experienced DSA
Yeah,
practitioner, I can say. Cool. So what are the DSA maybe algorithms and data structures you have prepared so far? Can you highlight
yeah,
a few?
mostly mostly I covered data structures like arrays, strings, and after that linked lists, queues, tags, and
Mm,
then I also explored trees, binary search trees, binary trees, and
mm,
tries also. I tried few questions and I tried to implement tries also once,
mm.
and I'm also comfortable with graphs and algorithms related to graphs.
Okay, that's cool. Cool. Then I think without further delay, we'll get started. So what we'll do is I'll share the first question with you in the chat. You can take the question and paste it in your ID and share your screen. After that, we will basically discuss about the question and discuss about the approach also. So I'm just sharing the question details. I have shared the question. Can you please open this question and share your screen? Yeah, Vaibhav, you can just share only
Is
the,
it visible?
yeah, your screen. Yeah, thank you. You can paste the question here, Vaibhav. Yeah. Are you facing any difficulty in copying or?
Yeah, just wait.
Yeah, maybe you can paste it at the bottom of that main class. Okay. Okay. Let's go through this problem. Okay. I'll just briefly explain you the problem once. After that, you can go through it once. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. And meanwhile, those who are watching this video, I would say just understand the problem, pause the video, and try to code it along with Vaibhav so that you will also practice along with Vaibhav. So, yes, about this problem, right? You will be given a string. That string contains a number and a character and brackets. So what you have to do is you have to kind of repeat the character based on the number which is outside. So if you see the example one, 3A2BC, so A is repeated twice in the output, line number 23, and BC is repeated twice. So that's it. It's a straightforward one. The trickiest one is the second one. If you so sorry. So trickiest one is second one. It has nested brackets. So you have to start the innermost one to basically expand. After that, you have to go out. So what it means is first you have to start C here and you have to expand it. After that, you can apply 3 on top of it. So it will become CC and you will attach that to A. It will become ACC and you will repeat thrice. It will become ACC, ACC, ACC. So that's it. And the third case is same as first one, just only one difference is EF, you can see that does not have any number which is outside. So in that case, you don't need to repeat. You just have to return as it is without repeating. And rest of the part you have to expand. So this is the problem statement. Take your time, go through it. If you have any questions, you can ask me. And those who are watching the video, as I said earlier, like take a pause, think about the approach. After that, you also start coding along with Vaibhav.
So this problem, for the first example, I have to, okay, so we'll have to traverse the whole stream, and I'll have to also remember the integers, the last integer and the last string, right? So I'll to keep track of the integer and the string. So for that, I think we can use stack in this problem. Each time I encounter a number, I will just put that number into the stack, and then I will go ahead and yeah, whenever I find a bracket, like if I find the bracket, I will try to extract the string, and and uh, whenever the character is the closing bracket, I will whatever the string I have got on the input, I will multiply by the number I have in the stack and append it to the answer, like result of the string.
Okay.
So that would be my approach. I'll try
Okay.
to.
Yeah. So I have just two questions on top of it. One is why do you think stack is suitable here? And the second question is about the time and space complexity.
Yeah. So stack is because we need to remember the number.
So maybe
Uh,
can you tell like what stack means, like how it is different from queue?
yeah. So stack is first in last out. So which so we can add the elements in the stack, and which are the we can only uh, pop the element which we entered like added into the stack previously, like the last element.
Yeah, basically whatever you enter at
For
the end,
example,
that will be popped out first.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, in this example, how it is
the
written.
latest element.
Yeah.
In this example, wait, I don't think we need stack. We can just simply keep an just keep a variable which stores this number. Whenever we find the number, we can just update that variable, and we can just look for the string and multiply. Uh,
But
uh,
how will you get let's say you got 3 and after that you got 2. Let's go to the second example, 25. So you got 2,
yeah,
but
I didn't.
yeah.
Yeah. So for second example, yeah, that method wouldn't be
Hmm.
suitable because
Hmm.
so for here we will have to use stack
Got it.
because there is 3, and then we have then we are encountering one more number,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
we'll have to remember 3 also, and then
Yep.
and we need 2 also, and after that we'll check if there is a string or not. Whatever the string there is, we'll
Hmm.
multiply that string by like append that string twice, whatever the number there is, and
Hmm. Hmm. Got it.
so I'll have to uh, store string also, I guess, because I
Okay.
need to remember a also.
Cool. Maybe we can do one thing. It is time. Like, do you know about the time and space complexity now, or you can tell it at the end?
Like the time complexity of the whole algorithm, or
Yeah, whole flow. I mean, if you want, I mean, you can tell it at the end also if you don't have clarity now.
yeah.
Okay, sure.
So I'm
You
just
can, yeah, you can get started.
yeah. Let's just we also need. So this number can be 2 digit also, right?
Yes, that's a good question. It can be 2 digits. Yes.
First, let me just try the input.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try run this.
So you want to do some copy exercise, like you're writing and trying out.
Yeah, I'm writing on the paper. I'm
Yeah, yeah.
writing some
Like
examples.
basically a
Check
copybook.
if
Yeah. Hmm.
otherwise the code will get messy and
Yeah, yeah. That's not an issue.
I might be stuck.
You can do it. Yeah. You can first try out and you can write the code. Yeah. Yeah, just one more thing. Those who are watching this video, if you want to talk about the approach, you can comment here so that we'll get to know what is your thought process at this point. And if you're liking this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and share this video with your friends.
Just start to start.
Okay.
Okay. This number, this character number is just open.
Mhm.
Now, if the character is open, I'll push the number into this tab. Set to 0. Yeah, we'll move ahead. And then,
Yeah. So pretty
so
simple.
these character, all
So
the characters are lowercase, right? The string only contains lowercase letters, right?
that's a good question. You can assume it's lowercase, the timing.
Just a character. Yes. Let me put that. Instead of for, I think I'll just use while because uh, here, whenever I find the character, I'll just uh, keep running the loop as long as there is a character.
Sorry, I couldn't follow. What do you do?
So, yeah. So instead of checking each time
Mm-hmm.
if whether C is a character or not, I'll just whenever I find a character, I'll
Mm-hmm.
keep running the loop here itself
Hmm.
until the last character. So,
Okay.
and same is here also.
Okay.
Because I want to, yeah, because I want to store this character into a string, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm. Hmm.
in Java, you can't. In Java, strings are immutable. Right? So I'll just initialize the string in the loop itself.
Okay. Okay.
Use string
Let's see.
builder also, but okay.
Yeah, you can use string builders also, but let's see how it goes, your approach.
Um, okay, the character is a closing bracket. This string will be added the number times. This number times, right? This number is in the stack. So,
So you're doing like once you get the closing bracket, you're popping that number.
yeah. So the latest number I have pushed into the stack, and I have the string. So I'll have to append the string n number of times,
Okay.
right? I'm thinking where to add. I'll have to okay,
So in Java, right? Like let's say if you want to append, what is a better data structure for string?
we can append the string to string, like as long
Is
as we
it
are not changing a character.
so is it a good
But we
practice, or you can go with maybe other things like string builder or other options?
I'm not really I haven't used string builder much.
Okay, no issues. Then you
Few
can
times,
continue with the string also, yeah.
that's why I try to use while loop instead of string builder because I
No,
don't
no
know.
issues, no issues. You can do that, yeah. Yeah, those who are watching this video, maybe you can explore how string builder works. So that is beneficial to you also, guys.
We already have one times string builder. I append the same string to the string and n minus one times, so it will become. And then I'll append the string. I'll have to since in this nested brackets. What will happen is we have to and we encounter strc, so it will become so str will become cc now. Now what we will go ahead encounter the break one more time. So we must have I think I have to use string builder one because how will I remember this a same I used num
Mm-hmm.
variable to
Mm-hmm.
remember the number. Same way I will have to I think use a string builder to remember the string last string. Each time I use the string,
Mm-hmm.
the use of that string is finished. I will just uh, uh, flush the characters like initialize it to null. Same way I'm initializing num to zero. Zero.
Okay. So you're saying you'll flush the num to zero once this for loop is done. Okay. So if you have some confusions or if you think you're stuck, and you can put some system print statements and you can check what is printing and you can find where you're basically stuck and you can try to continue from there. Yeah.
Example.
So may I know what you're looking so that we can discuss where you're stuck? Or are you trying to, I mean, write something and
Yeah.
see whether it works or not in your text pad?
So I'm stuck at here. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so so first let's just try it. We have num and I stored three as a number.
Mm-hmm.
Then we encounter this. Then we
Mm-hmm.
have string. So why and so this str will become a, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I have the close I have number again.
Mm-hmm.
So this will run. So and num will become two,
Correct.
and we encounter this opening bracket. So the
Mm-hmm.
number will be pushed to the stack. So stack will be 3 2, number will be 0 I plus plus.
Mm-hmm.
We reach here C. So the string will be this string will be C,
Mm-hmm.
and we reach here.
Mm-hmm.
So now string will be appended twice, like one time C2. So this will become C.
Okay.
That string now what should I do? Like this will become, so in the stack I have 3 2.
Mm-hmm.
I have to store a somewhere or the previous string somewhere, right? Shall I push it to?
So you can think about any other data structures or where you can store that.
What if I store that string in the stack itself? I'll just
Mhm.
check if the peak element is string or not. If it is string, I'll just append CC into the popped out string and then push it to the stack itself.
So you'll use same stack or you'll use another stack for that?
Same stack.
Okay. You can try
Shall
that.
I use another stack?
You have to think about it. Which one will help you to fix the thing? Like if you take another stack, then you can handle that separately. If you want to handle it in the same stack, then you have to think about a different strategy. So you have to finalize which one works better. You can use same stack also if you, basically handle it. And basically, it depends on the stack structure. So, and the flow also. So you can store both number and your string also in stack, and you can pop out from that. So, whichever is easy for you and whichever you think it's
That's
better
that
approach, you
stack
can.
only stores character. So I hope we use another data structure.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like it depends, like what you're storing. If you since you have declared character, you may have to store the character, but you're storing number.
Oh, wait, I'm storing number only.
Yeah,
Like this one.
and I can give you a hint. If you want to store both number and string, you can create stack of object. So that will help you
Yeah,
store
I
both.
can initiate.
That's another approach. But if you think another stack is helpful for your coding, that also you can go for it. So yeah, whichever is suitable, you can use that. So we have 10 more minutes, okay? Just a time check. Maybe I'd say since we have less time, right? If you want to take another stack, you can go for it. That may be an easy one, and you can play with it.
Otherwise,
And if you're thinking, and if you're not getting any other thoughts, then we can discuss the final feedback also if you want, or if you want to continue, you can do it. It's up to you.
but if I use another stack, how will we keep uh,
Same as what you're doing with number.
let's try. So, let's go ahead and just-
Yep. So you're
So
okay.
now I will also proceed to the top last one.
Mhm.
Append the new string to the last one. So 10 plus STR. Now push that down to the segment. STR S2.
Okay. Stack question.
Yeah, push. Right. So we have A, we got 2, C, CC, CC, right? And we have A, so of A, CC. So ACC will be pushed. And then we have bracket again. Oh,
Mhm.
okay, this will work.
Okay. So you can try to
Finally, we should
yep, you can
have a
return
str
the
dot pop.
okay. And maybe you can print that response by calling that method. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Pass.
Okay. Yeah. Can you run it? Okay. There is
Oh, import the library.
mm-hmm. Okay. There
Oh,
is issue with the
so
keyboard.
already defined I.
Yeah. I think you have used I somewhere in your code.
And I'm also not increasing I didn't look into it. Like, okay. So if it's number, I am increasing. If it's this, I'm increasing. Here I'm not increasing.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
I just show.
Looks like somewhere it is going in a loop.
Was it important? Oh, so
So if you put Yeah, sysort at the end, right? You will not get any details. Like put something inside where the actual business logic you have written, right? Because if you put at the end, it may not give you it may not give you, or it may
The
not tell
why.
you the problem. Yeah. Yeah. So so it looks like it might have stuck before also. Yeah.
So what's the one? C is 3. Okay. 3.
So basically you're not
It's always 3.
proceeding further. Yeah.
Mhm. 7 is 3. But I'm increasing I, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I'm increasing I here only locally. So I will become 1.
Mm-hmm.
I will become 1, and C will never be this.
So
C will never be
basically
this
you are
because
incrementing
C
I.
is here.
Yeah, incrementing I
Instead
within
of
that.
C, I shall use this one each step.
Hmm. Yeah. So one more problem is line number 31, I plus plus, right? There is no check for I also to come out. Yeah.
31. Yeah, I plus is here. The problem is the C is the caret I, right? Here I've increased. Now, after if this condition doesn't satisfy after coming out of while, C will
Mm-hmm.
check if the
Mm-hmm.
character is this or not. But I is already changed,
Okay.
so it will never check the current character. So I will use this at each step.
Cool. So what it is printing now?
CCC,
So it's printing something,
CC
but it is not fully correct.
should print ACC thrice, right?
Yeah.
It's happening. Um, one character would count total 0, 9, 3, six, string. It is when not empty the push location, just like just like at the edge, then okay, this condition was satisfied. So we'll go up 0, 9. Number 2, question do start. Then C, right? C. So we're pushing C into the stack now. Oh, okay. I'm pushing C into the stack.
Okay.
So uh, instead of I should just string uh, uh,
Okay.
previous
Mm-hmm.
to sg2.pop. Then I shall just append the previous.
We are almost done. Okay. So we may have to go for feedback. I'll give you a couple of more minutes, maybe 5 more minutes. After that, we'll go to feedback. Okay, you're getting some exception because you missed the checks somewhere.
Yeah, this check is empty. It shall never be empty, right? I'm always pushing string into the stack.
Mm,
Oh, okay. Just if it's not let's check the
okay,
SEC 4. Okay, it is coming 4 times. 4 times.
so it's printing 1 times extra for some reason.
What about this? Let me just run the example. I think it's because of
Mhm.
AAA 4 times. DC is 2 times. Okay, that's correct. Let me first.
Yeah, it should
Okay,
be.
so the outermost loop is printing one more time.
Mm-hmm.
In here outermost or in this normal string first in here
Yeah,
ABC will print 3 times if I'm not wrong.
yeah. Can you try that input also? Let's see how it goes. Okay, there is some check issues in your code. So there might be a
Oh,
case
I did.
your I has
Okay, okay.
increased further and
I understand.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think we are almost at the end. Maybe we will discuss the feedback. I'll consider the solution. Maybe we can say it's like partially working. Can you maybe before we go, can you try to run the second case one more time because you added a check, right, to see if it breaks
Yeah,
anything?
this one here.
Okay, the first one is printing. How about the second one? Second one was not correct, right? It was the outer loop was not printing correctly, is what you said.
Yeah, so the first bracket I mean, outer loop means the first bracket is maybe it is because I'm pushing so when this bracket finishes, it will be ACC. The string will be ACC, and it will be pushed to the stack. And what I'm doing is I'm popping that ACC, and then I will open eyes. That's why it is. That's why I'm getting 4 times.
Okay.
So
Okay, maybe
here,
that is the problem you're facing in the second example also, I think. Even in second
yeah,
example, so it was not printing correctly, right? Yeah.
yes, but it is only happening in on the first bracket.
Got it. The starting bracket or the outermost one.
There is some bug. I'll try to fix it.
Cool. I think we can discuss the feedback because we are almost time. First of all, it was nice connecting with you. And second thing is, you try to approach the problem in a almost right way. Just that maybe during the journey, like you could missed some cases to cover. That happens. So otherwise, it is a good effort. And some of the improvement areas, it is useful to those who are watching the video also. It's not just for this interview purpose. It's a generic feedback, and some of them are like useful for everyone. So it's not just for Vibo. Some of the things, right? Whenever a problem is given to you, what I would normally recommend is don't jump onto solutioning. Like, because one of the use case I can tell you is like when you started coding, you realized whether you need lowercase or not. That's one of the use case you asked me. So there can be such cases which can come. Like maybe you got it very quickly, but in some cases, like you will spend maybe some 20-30 minutes and you write something. Later you realize there is one case which I missed. And for that, you may have to rewrite the entire code. That can happen with anybody. It's not just with you. So it's always good to clarify, ask questions, understand it. Question. Like, for example, this lowercase is one example. There can be duplicate characters, for example, in some problem statement, or that can be empty, null. So any such things can be possible. So think about all the possible cases, ask the question before jump onto solution. That's one of the important thing. Second thing is whenever you are proposing any approach, right? What I would say is take some time, maybe a couple of seconds or minutes, because you started with some approach. In between you stuck and later you had to refine. It happens. It's not just with you. So what I would say is take few minutes, come up with some concrete thing. Like, because during that journey, I asked about the stack. Like, do we need stack or not? That was the question. I mean, you got, and you realized for the first example, it is not required. And I pointed to second one, you thought stack is required. So it happens. So it's better to understand the problem holistically. Okay. Since you're a beginner, like these problems are common. It's not like even with experienced also people do these mistakes. It's not a big thing. So it's always good to understand the problem. That's one of the key thing. And next thing is whenever you're proposing, for example, I'll use stack, I'll use queue, I'll use, for example, DFS, BFS, or I'll use recursion, DP. So before you say I'll use something, what I would recommend is ask yourself why you need it. Like have some justification. Let's say I'm going for a stack. Stack is a last in first out. So this is particular use case. So this particular use case I have for that stack suits. So if you have that justification, it would be good. It's not just for DSA, it's for any of your day-to-day coding also, right? Whenever you're writing something, whenever you're picking up some data structures, collections in your code also, you'll have that clarity. So it will make you a better coder. That's the advantage. And the next thing is whenever you're writing, like maybe like, I mean, if you, I mean, you can stop coding, right? You can continue later also. It's fine. I mean, you tried your best. There is no doubt about it. At your experience, like we can't say like you had to do it all. I mean, you have to solve all the problems. At least your thought process was correct, as you said in the beginning. And another thing is whenever you're writing a code, right? Try to write quality code. So this is one of the common thing, even in when we were in college also, like we have done this mistakes. Our focus will be writing a code. So, but will not follow the standards. Like for example, you used ST2, STR, STS. Like if I see now, right, I'll not be knowing what is that. So it's always good practice to give a meaningful name. Like for example, it's a stack related to character. You can say character stack or char stack. If it is related to number, num stack. So that way, whoever is reading your code can understand what is happening. Let's say if you're playing with two strings, I mean, number two, like one and two string. So you can say first string, second string. So instead of str, s1, s2, if there is no standard convention, you will only be not able to understand your code after some time. So this is not your problem. As I said, no, when we are in college days, like nobody will teach you all these things, or we will not have patience to learn all these things. Our main focus is maybe solving DSA. So along with that, work on this, because in your day-to-day coding, uh, your code quality matters a lot. That's the another thing. And you use sysouts, okay, system out dot println in some places. That's a good practice. Whenever you're stuck with problems, whenever stuck with issues, it's always good to add log statements. But you can do a little improvement there. Like you did system.out.println str. Let's say if you put three such system.out.println, right? You will not be knowing what print statement is
Yeah.
printing what string. So append some log statement. You can say like, I'm
Yeah.
checking something and this is the output. So that way it is helpful for your debugging. It's not just for DSA, it's for your day-to-day coding also. That's why in production applications, right, one of the important thing is putting proper logs. So having proper logging structures always helps to fix the issues. Next is modularity is one of the aspect. Okay, so whenever you are writing a code, what will happen is sometimes it will become a mess. Like you will start dumping everything at one place. It will be difficult to understand, uh, like by you and by others also. It's always good practice to break it down, like break the individual functionality, put it in a different method, so it will be more readable. So it will be helpful for you only to basically explain it. That's one of the important thing. And another thing is, let's say at one point you stuck, like your solution, you thought it will work for the first and maybe third case, but that innermost was the problem where you are struggling to fix it. Later you are thinking about one stack, two stack. So one advice is, let's say you have less time. For example, maybe you're almost running out of time, maybe 5-10 minutes is there, you ended up with that problem. So what I would recommend is, try to run your code for cases which is working. This is one of the common mistakes many do. Like they will basically try to fix for all. It may not happen. Sometimes partially working solution is also good. So run it and show it, so that like interview will have a confidence that this solution is working for so many cases. Like if you start fixing for all, the problem can happen is, I mean, when you don't have time, problem is you will end up with zero. If you run
Yeah.
with some cases, at least there will be something to showcase. I mean, at least I mean, at the end, you are able to do it, but not every time you will get the chance to fix everything and show. So it's better if you think something is partially working, right? Show it. You can say this many cases are working and I'll work on the remaining cases. So go with an incremental approach. And another important thing is, whenever you're using stack or whenever you're using any collection types, right? uh, have a boundary checks, like what if it is empty, what if it is going out of bound. Because normally what will happen is, this is one of the common mistakes. We think it will not be empty anytime, or we think it will not go beyond out of index. So it's always good practice to, because this, I'm not talking in terms of a DSA, okay, it's about the production code. Let's say once you join your company, and whenever you're writing code, right, these are all good practices. So your code should not break at the end, right? Once, let's say I'm your customer, I'm using your code, and I should not get the blank step. So you should have a proper boundary checks. That's one of the important thing. And I think that's pretty much I wanted to discuss. So as I said, no, these feedback, it's not just for you. It's those who are all freshers who are working, or those who are making this kind of a mistake, because it's everybody has to learn. Okay, nobody can kind of walk at the one day. Like you will, so everybody has to crawl first, then only they can walk, and after that they can run. So it's that's how the phase will be. So I would recommend follow the best practices. So when you practice now, then it will be helpful throughout your career. So those are all the suggestions. Overall, as I said, no, like at your level, you gave your best. At least your solution was partially working. Whatever the suggestions I have given, it's like a long run. It will be useful when you join a company also. So yeah, that's pretty much I had. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, you can let me know actually.
No, that's pretty much you covered it all.
Okay.
Most of the like, the best practices and the so while I was solving the question, I got stuck, and sometimes what happens is uh, uh, I just got blank. Like, there is no thought going on in the brain, and
Yeah.
then what I do is simply I just pick the pen and go to the like start from.
So
I
one.
try to
Hmm.
run I try to try run a particular example again, like from the scratch,
Hmm. Yeah.
because at this
Sometimes.
point I
Yeah.
was stuck.
Yeah.
Didn't know what to do.
So what I would recommend is like, as I was telling, like nobody is perfect and everybody will make mistakes. Everybody will stuck at some places, sometimes. So what I would say is when you're stuck at some place, if you're not getting any thoughts, discuss with the interviewer. Like you can say, this is what I can achieve. Like this is where I'm struggling. Can I get some hints? Like, I mean, you can spend few minutes if you still did not get it. I would say get some hints because that will help you to speed up your thought process. Sometimes what will happen is we will be thinking like, let's come up with our own approach, and you will take time, but finally you will be end up with no solution. So instead, discuss with the interviewer. That's one of the good strategy. So, any other questions you have?
So uh,
Cool, cool. It was
I
nice
think I got
connecting
the
with
bug
you.
now.
Sorry.
I think I got the bug now.
Yeah,
Uh, I think the uh, we were encountering problem in
exactly. So
the
these
first
things,
track.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, these things, as I said, now, if while you are practicing, if you follow the good things,
yeah.
like these boundary checks, size checks, and everything, that will be like easy at the end also. So still it is showing for it's fine. And that's not an issue. I think we are good. So those who are watching this video, I would always recommend try to practice these questions. It will be helpful for your interviews and follow the guidelines and feedback which I gave at the end. So it is definitely applicable to all. It's not just for Vibo. Those who are watching, those who are making these mistakes, please correct yourself. It will be help you to. It will be helpful for you to clear the interviews. So thank you one and all for watching this video. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you.